This is the debate which we will have with Paul and Marcel. And there are some topics that we would like to, to really put forward. But let's start off with the intelligent industry, Marcel, and ask you maybe to kick off some of the background of what it means, what Capgemini is offering, and how you feel we all should take that into account, that line of thinking. So could I hand over to you, and I'll give you the slide with it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dick. So my name is Marcel from Capgemini, and if we look at the intelligent industry, we see three main trends going on. And first of all, it's the energy transition, and it's really enabled by cloud, by data, but for sure also by connectivity. If you look at smart grids, optimizing bidirectional energy transportation, but also virtual power plants, optimizing supply and demand. This is all a key trend that we see. Secondly, it's about circularity. We see a lot of resources that are very, very scarce at this moment, and it's very important to reuse this for new products. Thinking about service models, servitization, but also more smart, connected factories and supply chains. And last, we see the Society 5.0. That's the smart society that we're all living in, consisting of the development of smart, connected cities, but also smart mobility. For example, autonomous driving is a key trend. So the future is looking like this, and there are two key cornerstones. Everything we develop together must be secure and sustainable. And to really enable this, we see key three building blocks realizing this, and those are cloud, data, and of course where we're here today for connectivity. This is why we are able to deliver on these three key topics: energy transition, circularity, and Society 5.0.
Would you say that this type of thinking, the methodology, the philosophy, is specifically developed by Capgemini, or should it be common good all over the industry? How do you view the future of your thought leadership?
Yeah, I think it's so you see the trends at different points, but it's about making the choices to focus on. So for us, sustainability is a really key part, and we are able to deliver this not only on the business case side, on the transformational side, but all the way down to the engineering, to the exact mechanical, electrical engineering. So where we are really differentiating in the market is that we are an IT company, but also an engineering and a business company.
Yeah, so it's really from strategy down to implementation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, having said that, thanks for the introduction. Paul, I would like to see the mic going up over to you, and we'll talk about the future network services. I would say key technology. What I know is, so there is a big consortium, and you'll inform us, with many distinguished parties participating, and you've been working hard to get them all together. Some are mentioned. I see BTG is also a member of the alliance. Well done. And I know you are contributing a lot, and that's highly appreciated. It's my favorite association in the Netherlands, certainly. So Paul, can I hand over to you? What is FNS all about?
Yeah, what is FNS, or Future Network Services in full? It says some partners are mentioned there and 48 others, because it's a consortium of in total 60 partners, and the slide was not big enough to put all the 60 on it. But what we have done over the last, let's say, 9 to 12 months is form a consortium and made a proposal to submit a growth fund proposal. And as you might know, the Dutch Ministry has created a fund to innovate us out of the crisis. They put 20 billion euro in a fund, and there is 4 billion euro per year available for proposals which drive, on one hand, economy, create strategic autonomy, tick boxes like energy, sustainability, but drive innovation. So we put together a 6G R&D proposal, research and development, for 6G technology for the Netherlands with those partners. And that proposal was handed to the Ministry of Economic Affairs, and they submitted it to the Growth Fund Commission a couple of weeks ago. So it's right now silence before the storm. So we are waiting for the Growth Fund Commission to evaluate all the proposals. There were in total 47 proposals submitted, because 4 billion euro of subsidy to drive innovation is a lot of money. So there was a lot of interest. But we believe we have a strong consortium and a very relevant innovation topic. I can talk a bit more about the details of the program. So what we want to do in the Netherlands is with those partners do R&D in 4 program lines. So we will look on and work on antenna technology, chip technology for 6G, with the University of Eindhoven, who will drive that program line. And it's with companies like NXP and Ampion and Signify and Smart Photonics and a lot of companies in the Eindhoven area to drive the next generation of chip technology, antenna technology, to also do things like over-the-air testing and to make sure that the millimeter wave chips and antenna technology comes available, and that new functions like joint communication and sensing, which is part of 6G, will be in the technology, and that those companies have an early start in developing the next generation hardware. And it's hardware in combination with software, because the networks will be much more intelligent, because there are a lot of applications going to use the network in an intelligent way. So we defined a second program line working on software and on intelligence, to make sure that the applications of the third program line, smart applications, work with a smart network. So there's a lot of software involved, which is developed in program line 2. And in the third program line, we will work with companies like Philips, like ASML, like the Harbour of Rotterdam, to understand what are the future requirements from 2030 onwards, and what need to be in the technology built over the next couple of years to have 6G ready for those applications after 2030. And then we have the fourth program line, because we have 4, and that is about the total ecosystem. Because you need, for example, skilled labor. So we have a human capital agenda defined to make sure that over the next couple of years we educate the right people to work in the industry. There is, for example, a task to align with European initiatives, because you can't develop something in the Netherlands on its own. It needs to be aligned in Europe. You need to go to ETSI, you need to be talking to the GGPP to get it into standards. Because if you develop something without being in the standards, you don't have nothing. There is a work package to align with the government, because there need to be policies made for 6G in terms of the uses of spectrum sharing. So what we will do is, with the knowledge we build in the program, bring that also to Agentschap Telecom, to or the RDI, to ACM, to AZK, and to share that knowledge. We support smart MKB, so there is funding available for MKB. And last but not least, we will have a large testbed infrastructure, because you need to test the things in field. And that all together is a total program. It's a large size. The total program for 6 years is something like 350 million euro. So we're waiting for the green light, or the white smoke. It is supposed to be there somewhere before summer. And then in the third quarter we will start up the program, we'll start up the governance, and then early 2024 the real research activities will start. That's the plan.
Well, thanks for that, Paul. I think this is so important for our country, but also for the audience present here. Knowing you being a cautious person, careful, not overselling, never, ever. You could be from Rotterdam, geen woorden maar daden, I don't know, but you could be. What is your forecast? What is your guesstimate about the outcome of your proposal at the Growth Fund? What do you think? What do you hope for?
Yeah, we of course go for a yes, and I think we've been working for the last couple of years with all the 60 partners, and let's say 75% of the program has been defined with those partners. There is still something like 40 million euro available for open calls. So for companies who are not yet into the scope of the program, in the process of the 6 years, when the technology gets much more mature, there is an opportunity for other companies to participate with new initiatives. So with the large group of partners already involved, with the open calls, with the relevance for the Netherlands in terms of strategic autonomy, and with because we did a lot of work also on the theory of change, and why is it relevant to invest in this area, and what are the economical benefits. So we're looking forward to the questions of the Growth Fund Commission, but with confidence we go into the next engagements.
Well, I highly appreciate your trust and confidence, and I'm with you. I also think that will be that way, but we need to work hard to make it happen. It will not just happen by itself. Okay, the mic can go back to Marcel. This is the final part of our discussion, couple more minutes, and see if we can get you transpiring a little bit. The statement is, our leadership in the Netherlands is not as far as they should be to implement intelligent industries with the 3 pillars that you described. And one of the items which is lacking is inclusivity, is diversity, is also the digital awareness, training, education, your whole luggage. Would you agree with that or not? And if you would agree, what should we do?
So first of all, I agree. So if I look around my own company and the people we work with, there are a lot of men in intelligent industry. It's very technology driven, but I see things changing. But I think it needs to be brought to a next level. We're not there yet. So the inclusiveness and representation of the society in leadership is very important. So that's what we try to drive, to really get a representative leadership that makes the choices for our society. So it's very much about creating the awareness and also understanding what is needed to be inclusive and representative for your society. And then it's about training the people on those capabilities. But finally, and I think that's also the most important part, it's about practice what you preach. So at the moment that you're selecting the leadership, you also need to onboard those people that represent all types of people that we have in the society. And that's, I think, the most important part. So we awareness, we have trainings, but the onboarding, that's where it actually happens.
So you really should reflect yourself to the societal breakup almost of the type of people, age, sex, whatever preference or nationality or background, that should be reflected as well in our high-tech environment. Technology, telecoms, it's the world we live in, and so Women in Tech is a great initiative, but of course quality matters. That's really what matters. And I think around quality and vision, and it's about knowledge. And so the final world, Capgemini is investing in a vision. And the last point says it's a techno vision, and really right the technology, right the future. It seems to be a new business model and strategy by Capgemini. Let's finish off with that. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your contribution and your openness and directness and honesty. Thank you all for listening, staying awake, and taking the knowledge, because you said so much, the two of you, to you. I wish all of you a great week in Barcelona. Keep on coming to the Netherlands Pavilion. So we have all of our partners. They are so much appreciated to contribute. But hey, the Dutch are known for their behavior, for their intelligence, but certainly because they are nice people and they like to have a beer and a bitterball, and that's exactly what will happen at the end of the afternoon when this pavilion will be opened. We'll take the group picture and we'll send it around, and then Heineken beer and bitterballen. Thank you very much indeed. An applause for our speakers, please.